Session has been recording. So what is the agenda for the day? So today we are discussing about Power BI introduction. In this introduction, we will discuss why we should learn Power BI. Okay. So what is the importance of Power BI? Why it is so hot in the market right now, and what will be the future of the Power BI technology? Who can learn this Power BI technology? How to learn the Power BI technology? So all these things that we cover, and we will also do some kind of a sample report, and by then you will understand how a reporting life cycle would be. So that will give you 360 degrees in high level. Okay, so then we can explore more things like what we can discuss throughout this month and how you get the job. This is not about giving the gnan. Okay, it is about your success. Okay, I'm committed for your success. So this is my course tagline. Every class, every minute, whatever I speak, that is underlying this your success. Okay, it is not. There are many YouTube channels, many internet websites, a lot of things out there. But what makes me different? Okay, so that is that's where you might have known about me as a reference. But if not, I'll introduce myself. My name is Mahendra. I have 15 years of experience. I have delivered more than 18 batches. This is 19th batch. Okay, and many people got placed in many of the companies. I'll give you the real-time challenges, real-time scenarios, the interview point of view questions. Okay, how they will ask and how you tackle. Okay, everything that we will discuss. Okay, the performance point of view issues. The main thing is the real-time challenge. The tool could be a tool. Okay, it can be used straightforward use case. Let's take a screwdriver. You use it just to remove the screw, but we can also use many other purposes, like Power BI. Guys, go on mute, please. Okay, so Power BI is a tool, but sometimes straightforward use case might not work. We need to do a workarounds. So that's make me difference. Got you? So not only that, I will give you a service account which makes you 100% real time. Okay, with 2 months practice, you can extensively practice 2 months on Power BI service, which is a paid service, which worth around $5,000. Okay, 25,000 worth. Okay, so it's for free. Okay, you will get for free, and I will also get for free. I'm not saying that I'll buy it for you and I will give it for free for you. No, I'll also get for free, but I'll give it for free for you to practice 2 months extensively. That is 100% near real time. Okay. So that is the major advantages from me. And before I get started, I would like to just give you an intro on the Power BI. Power BI is a business intelligence tool, BI tool. It's one of the BI tools. Okay. So what is BI? Business intelligence. What is intelligence? Okay, I keep on telling you this, but I feel it's worth it to learn at this point of time. Intelligence means it's not too much knowledge or it's too much cleverness or too much smartness, nothing. It is just talk about past, present, future, and the way you control the things. It's a magical experience. It is kind of mantra. Okay, so intelligence means the way you control, the perception, the way you look. Okay, so that's where it vibrated me to get into. I started my journey 8 years back into BI. Prior to that, I worked for some other technology, but I have extensively worked with Microsoft. When the Power BI was getting started, it started with Excel and then moved to Power BI Desktop, and then the journey has started, and they have been continuously improving their tool. Okay, so that is the reason it is in the leaderboard. Microsoft is the leader. Okay, I have seen the Power BI journey in the reporting stack from in the challenging position to a leader position. Okay, so there are a lot of tools out there, but I would like to show one Gartner report. Okay, so that you will understand where this is from another company, Incarto. Okay, they are this is their position is here. They are the niche challenges, means they just started. They don't know whether they survive or not. This is the position it is. But you see, Microsoft is here, the top position. Okay, this is the top position. Okay, so and then the Tableau. You see, Tableau was one of the time it was leader, but it is going gap, increasing. Tableau was acquired by the Salesforce. Now Click and Tableau and Power BI were non-traditional ETL tools. They were what? Non-traditional ETL tools. There were ETL cum reporting tools basically. Okay, non-traditional ETL cum reporting tools. This is the new group of technologies, but still in that stack, Microsoft Power BI is the leader. And moreover, Microsoft has lot of customer base, and it is giving the cheapest $9.99, which is 750 rupees per month. You can take a subscription and you can work all the Power BI features that comes under Pro license. Okay, so that is the cheapest thing. That is the reason all companies are actually looking towards Power BI. But with 650 rupees you cannot do everything, but there is one more license called premium subscription. Premium per user, premium per capacity, embedded. So these are all 4 varieties of licenses that we discuss. We will discuss further in that sessions, but for now, what we need to know. So what we understand is Power BI, and what we understand is how I'm going to make a difference with your success, in your success path. Okay, that the 2 things are clear. And the third thing is why we should learn Power BI. So Power BI is a non-traditional ETL tool. Non-traditional ETL cum reporting tool. So why we are just understand this stack? Because this is the generation. Okay, this is the new era. See, previously ETL was a separate tool. Way back 10 years, if you just think Informatica, if you know Informatica, if you know data warehousing, simply they used to grab, just like that. If you just put the resume with Informatica or SSIS or ETL that you put in the resume, okay, traditional, spelling wrong, okay, no problem. So that time we used to get the job, but now over the period of time technology has been changed. Now ETL is part of one of the tools. It is not a direct tool, it's part of the tool. Okay, so that is the reason reporting and ETL, they come together and they build up one stack, complete stack. In this area you see Power BI, Tableau, Table, AU, and ClickView or Click. Okay, now ClickView, ClickSense, both are there, but still it is struggling for their existence in the leadership board. Okay, it's also a powerful tool. ClickView is also, ClickSense is also a powerful tool, but the problem is it is not able to survive in the leadership category because it has a complexity in it. So maintenance is burden for the company. Okay, so but the visualization part, it is really good. If you would like to change a single word, it will take months, whereas in Power BI in 1 hours, within hours you can do that. So that is the flexibility that Power BI has in all dimensions: migration cost, development cost, okay, and usability areas. You name it, there will be a Power BI. There's going to be a Power BI. So that's the commitment that they have taken, and they are growing like anything. And you can feel confident, and you can sleep, put your hand on heart, and then you sleep it that today you are learning Power BI. You are going to rock one day, and I'm sure this will be rock for next 10 years. I'm sure, because it leads with IoT, Internet of Things. We will discuss this, how a report can work with Internet of Things. Nowadays every house has a lot of gadgets in it, and they are connected to internet, and you require to control them. Okay, how you can monitor them first using Power BI. So this we will discuss. Okay, but it also works with machine learning, artificial intelligence, deep learning, but I'm not going to touch deeper to them, but I might give intro if I get a chance. But IoT we will discuss. Okay, IoT I will create a dashboard. IoT dashboard with extensive knowledge I can give you there. I can show you with practical. Okay, but AI, there are a couple of models, inbuilt models that are there in the Power BI service. So I will try to implement them, but not sure whether you get expected results or not. But I tell you what are the inbuilt AI models that are out there and how to use them in Power BI. Okay, so that you can feel for future confidence. May not be now, but you can feel that for future. Okay, so how you can feel AI as a future path. So all those things I'll narrate you I draw your path, your success path. Okay, so that's my mentoring style. So here you need to understand training, coaching, mentoring. So training, just to give a GAN, this is a subject, you learn it, you go and you do things, whatever you try it or not try it, that's your thing. That is called training. Training has very limited scope. They will just give the subject, that's all. Coaching, they will be with you and they will start journey with you and they will guide you like anything. They know because they were the leaders, they were struggled in the market and they are trying to give their knowledge and experience with you to get you success. And beyond that, there's a mentoring. Okay, what is mentoring? Mentoring is nothing but he might not be with you, but whenever you get a chance, you will connect with him and or he will connect with you to share his experience so that your path will change extensively different way. Okay, there are things with a single suggestion, they got the package from 11 lakhs to 36 lakhs. I'm not telling the name, but that is one of the stories, but there are many stories, many success stories out there, with my mentoring strategy. I have not taken anything for mentoring, okay, but that is the highest, that should have a highest paid ticket, but still I'm offering for free. We are trying to build the relationship here. Okay, and then even you get the job and even you could be a good expert in the Power BI, still you connect with me. I'll tell you how to go after 1 year, how you can increase your salary double, triple. Okay, so there are a lot of techniques out there in the market. Okay, you can use them and you can get your career growth. So these are all my style. And how I make difference, that also we will discuss later. But for now, non-traditional ETL stack, non-traditional ETL cum reporting stack, there are three major leaders in the market: Power BI, Tableau and ClickView. But Power BI is the leaderboard and Tableau and ClickView, they are going down. So before Power BI, Tableau was charging more, okay, but they reduced because to survive with Power BI competency. Now, apart from Power BI, can only Power BI give you a job? In other words, what are all things that we need to know apart from Power BI, right? So yes, you are right. Along with Power BI, okay, see, Power BI and MSBI, both are from Microsoft. These are all from Microsoft. Microsoft is the biggest technology, as everybody knows, right? So it has a lot of customer base, and still MSBI is also very good in terms of bigger projects like where they deal with only on-premise data sources, where they can deal with SQL Server. MSBI is really good, really work good there. But why they did not change MSBI as a version 2.0, version 3.0 or something like that? Why they come up with Power BI as a new name? Why they created entirely new product? Why they did not change MSBI to Power BI? Because MSBI works in a different engine and Power BI work on a different engine. So Power BI has a Vertipack engine. And it has a X velocity, means there is no limit. It can go extend like anything, because in the beyond the scenes, the compute engine is the cloud engine. Okay, and now any data you take in the traditional way, they process by record, but here the process by column by column. It will take all the ribbons of your data, and the beyond the scenes it will just process with X velocity. So column processing engine, column based processing engine. Okay, column based processing. Okay, column based processing, and with X velocity. So X velocity. Velocity is different, speed is different. Okay, you might know that. If you throw the stone, it will go with velocity, not the speed. But speed is something with go with engine, right? So that's where you can realize how powerful this Vertipack engine. But I will show you with practical how the data will get compressed, how the data will get processed. Okay, that we will discuss in upcoming sessions. For now, why they name it different name? Why they did not use MSBI as a Power BI? Because they are two different engines. MSBI is completely work with SQL Server. Okay, so what is MSBI? MSBI is not a single tool, it's a stack. Okay, it's a stack of tools. Okay, but there are a lot of comparisons, because you can make it versus Power BI versus MSBI, because both are BI tools. Okay, you cannot avoid them, you need to know what they are exactly. So in our course, along with Power BI, I am also going to touch 90, not 90, maybe 60% of MSBI also. Let me tell you, I will not cover SSIS, except that I will cover MSBI and Power BI. Okay, that is additional offering. And not only that, I will also give you a SQL Server and the extensive use case in Power BI. Extensive use case, master level use case, a deeper concept, deeper subject, connecting multiple ways, and performance tuning, because the SQL Server has a structured data in it. Okay, and most of the companies, they maintain this structured data in SQL Server. Okay, so that is the reason you require to know SQL Server, how to use in Power BI, not SQL Server alone. So people are having misconception that if you want to know Power BI, if you want to get the job in Power BI, you should learn SQL Server. SQL Server is ocean. Let me tell you again. SQL Server is ocean. You cannot get just like that. If you put your effort, money to learn SQL Server, that is waste of your money and waste of your time. But there is a technique to learn that is I've been using it for past 14 years. I will tell you how to tackle an interview and everything, but I'll give you a suggestion how to learn SQL Server, and do not waste your time. Trust me. You follow for this 30 days to 40 days, okay? And believe me, whatever I tell you, whatever I guide you, you just have to follow with blindly, okay? Okay, I'm not just make you into a wrong direction. Believe me, you might have got via referred, because they believed me in my trustworthy. So that is the reason you are here, and whatever I suggest, you should follow. Why? You have a freedom to go and do anything, but if you follow me, you will get the success, easily. I will teach you shortcuts. This is 1 month short-term course, okay? And you might have put a lot of your time and money on your formal education, which might not give you success because of because lack of mentoring, guiding, and maybe any other thing. I'm not talking it at this point of time, but within this 30 days, if you just follow me, okay, you will get the success. That's my promise. Okay, first thing, you should have a laptop and very good internet. Okay, and second thing, you should join from laptop, and you should have a pen and paper ready. Okay, so, and you should sit in calm area. You should not have a disturbances. Okay, so these are the 2 to 3 rules. They are very, very important to learn at least what I'm trying to say. And apart from that, you should practice my assignments. you need to follow up with me. You need to have a one-on-one discussion. There is a one-on-one discussion apart from these classes. Okay, I will discuss about your resume. I will review your resume. I will guide you how to put your information in the Naukri or any other job portals. Okay, so there will be a lot of other personal discussion. Okay, that also you should avoid. And moreover, I will give you recordings. Okay, you can follow. The recording will not sufficient, and people think that okay, there will be a recording, I will go through recording. No, that never happens. With my experience, I'm telling you, you cannot learn from recordings. Live class never replace recordings. Though the subject is same, you will not connect in the same pace. The psychological connection will be made in the live class, not in the recordings. Believe me, I have extensively researched on that, and then I dare to give my recordings. Nobody will give you the recordings. I will give you the recordings because I know the depth of it. Okay, people are too much interest on the recordings. Give me recording, give me subject, give me notes. I will give you a lot, but the class will never replace. So that is the reason I highly recommend. You are not traveling anywhere. Imagine you need to go to Amirpet. See how much effort you take. To avoid that, at least you sit in a calm area and join from a laptop with good internet. You can do that. Okay. First, we need to value the time and money and the technology advancement. Anywhere you learn. So all those things. The collaboration. Here you need to know collaboration is the greatest skill. Collaboration is the greatest skill in the market right now. What does it mean? What do you mean by collaboration? You may sit anywhere in the global. It's a globalization, global village. You might be sitting anywhere of the corner in the globe, and you can work with anywhere. You can work with other person who can sit anywhere in the globe. Okay, so that should be more than who sits beyond, besides you or in front of you or face to face, or that is called collaboration. Collaboration has a lot of tools. Like Skype is our collaborating tool right now. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. I'm showing you everything, whatever I write. But if you just sit in front of me, I might not explain you than this. Okay, that's the main thing. Collaboration is one of the greatest skills. I used to get a lot of calls. Sir, can I come and meet you? Okay, so then I told you why we need to meet physically. You need to travel along and then you come, and I know there will be some kind of psychological energy that you feel free, but still I always recommend, let's have a video call, let's have a conversation on phone. If still you want to meet, then that's what I recommend you to come and meet. But this is how it should be. That's how the world is running with collaboration tools. Okay, nobody is going each other places to have at least to have build a relationship, but otherwise to learn the subject, to get the mentoring and training, you don't need to travel anywhere. You don't need to travel to any thing, because the technology has been changing. Now 5G is coming. Okay, so we need to know all the things, how the world is moving, right? Based on that, we need to travel. Otherwise, we will be in a we will go backward. So that's the only. If you stand there, you are going backward. That's the market right now, because the time is changing exponentially. The technology is changing exponentially, right, with the times. Okay, so now what we are going to learn along with Power BI, okay, and within the Power BI. Within the Power BI, I am going to cover a Power Query. Okay, extensively I will discuss with a lot of real-time scenarios, lot of assignments I will give you, and modeling with practical examples and practical use cases, interview point of view, and then the visualizations. Everywhere, whatever the topic that is there should be my own experience, or I've been guiding and suggesting a lot of other members, and tomorrow you also part of that. But it's not a one-on-one or personal help or support, but we have a WhatsApp group, okay? So everybody and anybody can ask the question related to Power BI, okay? And I will be the first person to check that, and you can also approach me personally. There are people who are approaching me personally directly on WhatsApp or Skype, so that I'm also responding them whenever I get a chance. And it should be kind of a win-win situation. You should not get disturbed and I should not get disturbed, and I should have a time to think about your issue also, right? So that's how precisely we need to connect, and then you will get the benefit. I will also feel kind of a I will feel kind of a pleasurement. Can I help someone? I am part of their problems, okay, in terms of resolution. So that's what I realized, and that's what I'm doing it, and that's what you will also get in future. And people are confusing. They are calling before taking the course itself. They are asking, will you give a job support after the training? I said it's not required. I did not say no. I said it's not required. That's how you will be trained. That's how you will be guided. That's how you will be mentored. That's how people are doing. Okay, so feel confident. You will get everything. And now, so Power Query Modeling Visualization, SSAS and SSRS and SQL Server, okay, and what is this, data flow extensively I worked on it. I will showcase you my real-time experience there. And recently they also introduced Data Mart, okay, and what else, lot of things that they will come. I might not recall at this point of time, but definitely you will get the extensive knowledge, okay. And then so this is what I would like to say. But if you compare with MSBI versus Power BI, let me give you the comparison. So the feature, okay, that you talk about, let's say Power BI and then the MSBI. So Power BI, the feature is ETL. So in the ETL we have a Power Query. So Power Query also has an Excel BI. You need to know one more BI called Excel BI. Excel BI has different stack in it, but okay, Excel BI. Okay, so Power Query you also have here, but the use case of Power BI is more. Okay, here you have a SSIS. Okay, and then the modeling. Here you have a model, and here you have a SSAS. Okay, here you have a Power Pivot or pivot, whatever it is. And then the last one is reporting. Okay, here we call it as a visualization or the report view, and here you call SSRS, and here you call Power View. Okay, so this is the major differences that you need to know when it comes to Power BI versus MSBI versus Excel BI. Okay, people think that Power BI and Excel BI both are same. No, they are similar. Okay, and they work almost in the same engine. Excel BI and Power BI will work on Vertipack engine. So some other words, they are similar, not 100% same. Power BI has its own vast use case. Okay, not like Excel BI. Excel is just a single person use case, or without any license, with Office 365 license you can do on Excel. But to go beyond that, you need to have a Power BI license with extensive Power BI service. You will get it. Okay, that's most differentiation factor. What is that? Power BI service. Here also I will show you extensively Power BI service. So in Power BI there are two major topics. One is Power BI desktop and Power BI service. Okay, this is free, and this is the licensed subscription based license. Okay, Here I will give it for 2 months free to practice the premium subscription. As I told you, Pro will cost you $9.99, which cost you around $750 to $850 now. It is $80 rupees per dollar. But I will give you a premium license, which worth around 5,000 rupees and $5,000, which almost 75,000, I guess, right? So something like that, $5,000, more than that. Okay, so the worth that I will give you for 2 months, you need to extensively learn on Power BI service. That's make you a real time, believe me. And I will also teach you, I will also focus you lot of the things in Power BI service. Okay, and Power BI desktop is free for everybody. Okay, now I will tell you how to download and install, and then we will do a sample reporting, and then we will publish into Power BI service, so that the reporting development lifecycle you will understand. RDLC, report development lifecycle. Okay, not only that, I will also discuss Azure DevOps. Okay, this is one of the special topic that I would like to give it as a free. And why we need to know? Because knowing technology is not enough. Even though you have a lot of real-time scenarios, a lot of interview questions, tackling and everything you might know, but still you should know how to do that in the real time, an ideal way, at least an ideal way. Ideal way and practical way both might not be same. They might have always conflicts, and they will go in sometimes in parallel. Okay, but Azure DevOps is the best tool to understand how in the real time projects will get delivered. Okay, projects will get executed, how your manager and you and your business analyst or the business user and product owner, scrum master, how they connect together, and where is your scope, what is their scope, and everything that you need to understand in Azure DevOps class, so that you can showcase that in your tell about yourself. Okay, so this is also one of my additional offering. So I will give you a full meals where you can go and get the job easily, because people are learning the things bits and pieces, and they are not getting the jobs, and they are struggling. Okay, so I don't want to be that. I just think deeply and then clearly draw the complete outline of the course, and that's where I'm offering. And I will also touch upon Power Platform if I get a time. Power Platform. Okay, that Power BI is trying to build it, but sometimes it's going success, sometimes it's coming back. But whatever it is, Power Platform is nothing but Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, and Power Chatbot. Okay, these are all four become a bundle, and they are offering it as a Power Platform. Okay, I'll try to touch upon it, but not extensively, but you will get some little content how to build the building on top of my basement. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, now let's get started with the installation, download and installation. What is download? Downloading from internet to your laptop. You are just downloading the software, and then you need to install it. Installing means you are giving a life to that software. Okay, so then that will work as expected. Until then it won't. Once you download, that nothing will work. It is just a copy that you're putting into your C drive or D drive, and when you install, then it will work. Okay, so that is called installation. So you should know these two things: how to download, how to install. And now, before this, I would like to make a statement that who can learn this? Who can learn this? Who can learn this? See, anybody can learn this. I have tested. That's how this is working. Okay, so anybody can learn this. No prior knowledge is required. If you have Excel knowledge, Excel experience, that is well and good. But if not, that's okay. You will learn it. Okay, so your enthusiasm, your passion, that leads to your success, along with my mentorship. Okay, my mentorship alone will not give you success. Okay, so that is also a clear statement that I'm drawing at this point of time. Now let's get started to download the Power BI desktop, as it is a free, this one, and I will also show you the Power BI service. Okay, and how you can what is the difference between pro and premium license and everything, that we will discuss further sessions. But how to use extensively in Power BI service as a Power BI admin. Okay, what kind of roles you will get it? Okay, the role could be a Power BI developer, Power BI admin, Power BI designer. Okay, so a lot of other roles, Power BI analyst or BA or business analyst, that kind of roles also it suits. Okay, so I will try to, and moreover, why I choose then SSAS also along with Power BI. Why I have given this? I have underestimated this SSAS. Okay, I know I worked extensively on SSAS. Before Power BI, I also worked with MSBI, so I know the pain of it. But still, there are two flavors in SSAS: tabular model and multidimensional model. So mindset in the market is that SSAS tabular model means it's a complex. Okay, that is the reason they are offering much. Okay, one of my friends, I will tell you the success story later when we discuss about that SSAS. Okay, but they are getting 40 lakhs with the flavor of Power BI with the SSAS tabular model. He got 40 lakhs package. Of course, he has 10 years of experience, but he has gap of 4 years. I think 2 to 3 years, I guess, but it's more than that. He has done his LLB and other master degree, and he spent a lot of time in the gap. But then after that, he come back and then he got the job. Okay, he is one of the inspirations for us, for me also, because his success story is inspired me. And then I started realizing to incorporate this tabular model into Power BI. Okay, so by then let's download this. So how to download it? Okay, to download this, we need to open a browser. You take any browser, okay, and either Google Chrome or the Edge or Opera, Brave or anything, and search for Microsoft Power BI desktop download. Okay, so this is, I will share you exactly the link and everything that you need to follow. So you should go to microsoft.com, or there are two links. You see the powerbi.microsoft.com. This one link. You just observe this. Okay, if you just closely observe the link, this one and or this one. We need to take care about this whenever you search in the Google, whether you are getting the genuine links or not. Okay, so either you go this or this, because both are from Microsoft. Okay, and yeah, I can go to anything, anywhere. It's again going to the same path. Okay, now here you see powerbi.microsoft.com, and under this you need to check for the products. In the products you see Power BI desktop. Whenever you click it and you just go through this, it will just talk about a lot of other features that are out there in the Power BI. But now here you should not click on this. Why? What happens if you click on this? Okay, if you click on this, actually it will open the marketplace, and your Windows machine does not have a valid license. You will not be able to download it properly. Okay, so that is the reason I always recommend go for this, not this. Okay, and click on this so that it will open up a new tab, and you will see this red color button, download button. Okay, and before you download, it will talk about the softwares, right? So when the recent update, the Microsoft recently updated this file into the site on 7/21, July 21st, latest software. This is the latest software that you can understand, and what it will do, all those things, and the system requirement. This is one of the most important thing. You should have a Windows 10 and above, and Windows 8, Windows 8.1 also it will work, but I recommend you at least have a Windows 10. Okay, but it might be work with Windows 8 and Windows 8.1, but you need to work with SQL Server also, because we need to install SQL Server, so you will get a lot of challenges there. So that is the reason I always recommend. We tested actually. Okay, that is the reason I always recommend to have a Windows 10. Okay, and the Edge Explorer. So Internet Explorer is no more now. They officially told that we are not using Windows Explorer, Internet Explorer, but Edge. Okay, you need to have an Edge, this E symbol, the latest E symbol. And then I will tell you what is 32-bit and 62-bit. Okay, you need to go to your laptop, this PC, and go to properties. Okay, and then it will open up settings window, and here you should know about your laptop or desktop configuration. So I have a 8 GB RAM. Okay, and my system type is 64-bit. Okay, this is what you need to know. And then the software, Windows 10 Pro, mine is that's all required. I don't think you require more than that. And the processor, mine is i7 5th generation. So how do I know the generation? There will be a 4-digit number. Whatever the number that is starting with, that is the generation. Okay, if you see 1000, that is 10th generation. Or 10,000, it is a 10th generation, something like that. Okay, and the CPU speed 2.6 GHz to 2.5 nm. If you take any laptop, you need to take about this RAM and the processor and the generation and then the CPU speed. So these are the 4 things that are matter, along with Windows version, right? So mine is licensed version. I am not using any pirated or anything, but it's a licensed version. Now, what else you should know? So we have to understand that it's a 64-bit operating system. Okay, so it's a 64-bit operating system. Let me go to this and then click on the download. And now you see here there are 64-bit exe file and normal file. Why they did not mention 32-bit, right? So whatever the bit it is, if you don't know, you can choose this. You don't know whether your laptop or desktop is 64-bit or 32-bit, but you can choose one of them and install them, and it will work. There will be a validation step, and it will go and check your system configuration. Based on that, it will install. Okay, first let's try this, because my machine is 64-bit. But why I am saying try this, because last month there was a challenge in the 64-bit. It was not installing properly, it was not working properly. So that is the reason we installed this one. So I'm not sure what happened in this month. So let's give a try on this, and if it's not working, and this should work. So that is the, but all my batches, 18 batches, I've used this only. I never used this, but only except last month. There was some bug. Okay, somebody might while uploading, they might not upload it properly or something, and everything they are thinking only people are installing this. Why they are not installing this? So maybe that could be one of the reasons that they have corrupted this file last month. But let's give a try. Okay, so I'm downloading. So downloading this at this point of time, it will take it's 385 MB, very small exe file, but a lot of programs in it. It will beyond the scenes. It runs a lot of programs, so it will be slow. Okay, Power BI desktop will be slow compared to any other tools, but it works efficiently. So that's what you need to understand. So 4 GB is also fine. I'm not saying you should have a 8 GB RAM, and you should have a i3 or greater than that. Okay, at least above 5th generation or something. So that is fine. Okay. And if you would like to buy a laptop, take my guidance. Okay, I will give you. You can ask me one-on-one or in the offline or in the WhatsApp discussion or Skype discussion. That would be fine. Okay. So why here also it's downloading? No, I do this one. Okay, now it's downloaded. Okay. So once you get download, you can go up and you see click on show in folder. Okay, you can double click also, that will work, but I would like to show this. So show in folder. Now you see this is the one. Okay, and you need to right click and or you can double click, that is also fine. But sometimes you might not be admin for your laptop, so what I recommend is run with as an admin. So this is the best option, and you might see a pop-up which will say done, and you should click yes. Okay, it will take for the consent. Okay, and I click on yes. You might see some blank screen, or I don't know whether you see the screen or not. Okay, I just clicked on yes, and then you need to select the language. Then the language should be English. Okay, where is English? This one. Okay, click next. Okay, it will take a minute or so. We need to accept this, and then click next. And this will be installing in your C drive. And I don't want a shortcut on my desktop. See, this is very easy, and any Microsoft that you install and download and install, it will be almost the similar way, and that's how you will download. It's free. You don't need to pay anything to anybody. Okay, it's just free for lifetime. Okay, that's what Microsoft is telling. Okay, you can develop your personal intelligence reports for free. Okay, your bank statements. It will also connect PDFs. I will tell you how to clean them. Okay, so I will also give you assignments. This is one of the biggest advanced what do you call? Yeah, so that is advantage. Yeah, so advantage. So biggest advantage, right? So you need to at least follow them. You try for at least finish 90% of it. I know you will not be able to finish it, but if you finish, that is really appreciable. Okay, that's really a great thing. I recommend you do it, and definitely you will rock, I'm sure, because my subject will be that depth. Okay, and yeah, I see your we have a one-on-one session. That is also a really great offering. Okay, a lot of people, they discuss with me after the class. Okay, on resume review, or their career guidance and their doubts, anything that I can discuss post the training class. Okay. It's almost done, and meanwhile, okay, it's done. So it's launching. You can click finish so that it will launch automatically, because we enabled it launch. Okay, so what I'm going to do as a first recommendation, right? So first project I'm going to build with a website. That's what I've been doing it, and now also I would like to do it, but I will also give you assignment. You can take any Wikipedia. Wikipedia has a lot of information. So Wikipedia has information about the world, right? You take any topic that will be out there in the Wikipedia. Okay, so you take any Wikipedia link and get the report out of it, but a particular the topic, not entire Wikipedia report, but you take Indian politics, you take number of parliaments, or you take number of states, and anything that you want to build a business or out of this to make a decision, you can do that. But you just close that yellow button, and you don't need to sign in also. Let me show you this. You don't need to sign in also. Okay, remove it. See, this I have signed in with my automatically it's signed in. I don't know, but you might see something like this: sign in out. Okay. Okay, I don't know why my cursor highlighter is not moving. Okay, so without this also you can work. Without signing in also you could work. Okay, that is one of the most important. But I will give you a sign in login. That's the subscription. Okay, once you pay the fee, I will give you the subscription. Okay, and that is a baseline. Okay. Now, so if you go to, but what is the Power BI capabilities? It can work with 99 plus sources. We will try to cover as many as possible, but I'm sure I will not cover 99 plus sources. I will not cover 99 plus sources, but still I can give you a confidence that you can work with 99 plus sources. Okay, With this training course, what you are going to get? You are going to get a confidence that you can work any of the sources that matters. Because one of our batchmates is working with Impala. I never know that the technology called Impala. Okay, but he is working with that. Okay, so he is working confidently without any help. That is the power of the training. Okay, now you see majorly you categorize them with file system. You see the PDFs. You can use your bank statements. That's what I told you, to clean your bank statements to get the report out of it. And then the database. You see number of databases out there in the market, so it can work connect with anything. I worked with the Denodo extensively. I worked with vertical. I worked with SAP HANA, but not directly. Indirectly we worked with it. I will also tell you the story. This is one of the real-time scenario that I will talk about. I will tell you how to work with SSAS tabular model. This one, SQL Server Analysis Services. SSAS means SQL Server Analysis Services. Okay, and SQL Server Database. This we are going to work with, right? And I would like to also talk about this MySQL database. That's what I've installed here, but I will try. Okay, so because I want to go as much as possible to give in the database stack. Now here in the Power Platform we will work with Dataflow, and recently they have also introduced Dataverse. Okay, previously it called CDM, Common Data Model, but now the name has changed to Dataverse, like a metaverse. What is Meta? Everybody might have known about Meta, right? It's a Facebook. So Metaverse and Dataverse, the similar name, right? So that's where they inspired. And we will also talk about the data marts, okay, data sets, right? So that's what you see on this. See, legacy. So Dataverse is the latest version, and previous legacy means the old one, a complex one. Is called Common Data Services, or CDM or CDS, Common Data Model or Common Data Services. Okay, work with CRM Dynamics, Microsoft CRM Dynamics. Okay, so anyway, we will try to cover if possible Dataverse, but data sets, data marts, data flows will be covered extensively. Okay, so in Azure Stack, I've been working on Azure Stack as well. I know I will tell you how to work with SQL Server, Azure SQL, but I've delivered in one of the batches, but I'm not sure, I'm not promising at this point of time I will get a free subscription again to showcase this, but I'll tell you, it's nothing, it's easy. You can work confidently with any Azure data sources out there in this. Okay, that's where I will make you confidence. Okay, and online services, you take here, there is a lot of tools that it can connect. Okay, and others section also you have a lot of other things. Okay, so for now I'm going for a web. You see, web is available here in the online services or others. I'm not sure, not here. Here, others. In the other section you have a web. You click connect, and it expects this website. Okay, website path. Here URL we need to provide. So how to get a URL? Let me go there and search for IMF database. Okay, April 2021 or 2020, whatever it is, just a sample database. Okay, it has a sample database. So here it's IMF, International Monetary Fund. It's an open source. Okay, here you can check by countries. Okay, this is how you need to build it. Okay, and here you need to select all countries, and then next you need to select all countries, and then just click continue because it's selected. If you don't want any country, you can click that, so it will be unselected. So that is the main thing in this step. So otherwise, if you want every country, then click continue. And then here you see there are a lot of data sets. What do you really want? Let's pick the first one. Okay, and click continue. And then here, what range you want? You see the past data and the future data. 2026 till 2026, the data will be estimated. So estimated data as well as the past data and the present data, everything that you have. So I would like to go to from not 2019 but at least 2021 to 2024, because I don't want to have a huge data. because we are just testing it. Okay, it's a kind of testing purpose, like how you could get the data from a website. Okay, so why you really require to connect a website? Sometimes, market analysis. Let's say every minute there will be a market share will change, right? So that time you might require to get the dollar value or anything from internet. So that point of time you should know at least how to get a connection to a website. Okay, so some are intranet, some are open source, some are required authentication. Okay, I cannot log into Infosys website because it required Infosys login credentials, right? So intranet, that is called intranet, only within employees can log in, right? So that's where it required credentials. But apart from, all websites will be open source. So if it is a open source, if it does not require any login, so then we can connect to that using Power BI. So now what I'm going to say, this is the report, but this is not the great report. Now we are going to build in the Power BI to show you how it will work and how can we create. So I just copied this, copy and open here and paste it here. Okay, and click OK. And beyond the scenes, a web scraping job will be triggered and it will do a web scraping. What is web scraping? Web scraping is a mechanism. It will just within the website, it will find out the tables and it will just build the logical tables, and then it will ask you to decide which table do you want to go. Okay, it will just scrap everything and it will give you, okay, which information you feel it to have a report on that. So now the web scraping job is in progress, it is running on it, and that's the reason we are waiting. Okay, now you see there are two views, table view and web view. If you see the web view, you see the website. So entire website, they are actually taken into this control. But I don't think, I mean just to confirmation that the web URL that you have provided is this. Okay, so now you see nothing is there. Why? Because we have not selected any of them. Okay, so you see this one HTML page, you see all the junk data that is there, but if you think they are valid, you can load this. And this is HTML code, you see this big HTML code that is out there, but I don't really want this. Let me go here, you see this, it is having very good information. Yeah, this is what I want. Or you can have this one also, this is also similar to this. Okay, here 9 columns, here you have a 10 columns. So let's have a bigger one. Let's decide whether which one. Now you still see it is not enabled. You cannot click this. Okay, it's not working. Why? You need to select this. Then you just click on this yellow marks, then it is enabled. Either you load it or you transform it. Because I see this is not a clean data. You see the header is not cleaned, right? So the header is this first line, and I don't really want this is a repeated value, and this is also is not required to be a part of my report. So let's clean this. Initially I will give you an initial cleaning. Okay, the tool inside the tool will open up, that is called Power Query. You see the Power Query editor. We call this as a query editor, but now they made it as a common name called Power Query Editor, PQE or PQ. So Power Query Editor, right? So this is the tool inside the tool. Okay, what is this? This is a Power BI desktop, and this is another tool that is open up when you click on transform, right? So there is a one more option to open up. This is called transform data, this one. Okay, this one. Okay, here. And the two ways to come. One is while loading any data, if you click on transform data, the Power Query will open up. And if you want to, if you already in the Power BI desktop, if you want to go to Power Query, this is one more option. There is one more option also. I will tell you that later. Okay, for now, two ways to do that. Now I just make it bigger by double clicking on this, and then let's have a cleaning mechanisms. There are majorly three things: home, transform data, add column. Okay, we will talk about these three later, but for now these are the two major areas. Home is just a home like any other Microsoft tool that you take, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, anything that you take, there will be a home. What is home? Home is most frequently used options will be pinning here. Okay, but majorly there are two things, transform and add column. Okay, we will extensively discuss on this with the real-time use cases and the difference between these two. Okay, some of the functions will be available here and will be available here. So how we need to use them and when we need to use them. Okay, we will discuss that extensively. Now this is called header. If you click on the first row, then you see the values. These are the actually header values. So for them I will use first row as a header. This option will be available here, also here. Use first row as a header in the transform. As I told you, home will be an area where you can get most frequently used options. Okay, so I will do for now here, use first row as a header. Sometimes your data might not have any headers. Okay, but that will go and sit in the header time. So you could say use header as a first row. If you think this is also a data, it is not a header, then you can push that into the down and then you can give a header to it. So it's also a requirement, that kind of requirement. Okay, now this is what the first transformation that we have made. Transformation, nothing but you are changing data, okay, into the next level. So we are just we are cleaning the data, we are massaging the data. Okay, we are transforming the data the way we want, okay, to get the business decisions out of it. We will do a lot of transformations here, but for now I really don't want, because it's only a one value. So this is only one value. I really don't want this, so let's remove this. Very simple. You right click and remove it. There is also one more option is here. You select multiple columns and you set remove columns. Okay, so this is one way to do that. But here still I don't want to have something like this, and here this is an estimator after. Okay, even I don't want this, because this is the actual GDP value, but this is an estimator starter after something is there. I don't want this. Okay, so now you see this clean data, but still you see some black color here, data quality, right? So there is something that you would like to know. If there is a blank values, you see, you can just simply validate something like this. Okay, it's a simple one line. So let's clear the filter and then untick this and click on it. It will go. This is the simplest one, but we will see a lot of complex ones in further sessions. Okay, so we do a lot of cleaning things. Okay, now still there is a black color here. This is gone, but let's see what is here. So you see a null value and this thing. So let's select, is there any meaningful to it or not? So you see this Venezuela and International Monetary Fund, IMF. These two are nulls. So let's remove it. We don't really want it. So I just select everything but not null and this one. Okay, now this should be clean. Still you have something? Okay, so let me go to the black color and remove empty, something like that, and it will go. So there could be some other empty values. Now you see it's clean. So this green color, different green color, bluish green color, something like that, it will tell you that the data quality is good. Okay, we will talk about this data quality, the column distribution, column profile, and column quality. So everything that we need to know, more spaced, this is a font, but we will discuss this later. Okay, this we will be discussed a little later, but for now this is how you need to clean. And I'm also going to tell you one interesting transformation. It's called unpivot. What is unpivot? Tomorrow we will see, not tomorrow, maybe tomorrow we will see the extensive way of use case, but for now I'm going to tell you that unpivot transformation. You select 4 columns, shift, you click on this first and shift it, and then click on this, and then you click on transform data, and then you do unpivot selected columns. What is the difference between these 3 options? Also we will discuss in the next session. Guys, go on mute please. Code students, please take care about them. Okay, so unpivot other columns. At this point of time, this is fine. So what is, see, you might take n number of columns. You might take n number of columns. You might take n number of columns. Okay, So now I've taken 4 to 5 columns and they become only 2 columns. You can take 10 columns, they will become 2 columns. If you take 15 columns, it will become 2 columns. If you take 20 columns, it will become 2 columns. So what are those 2 columns? Those 2 columns are attribute and value. So output of unpivot is 2 values, 2 columns. One is attribute and value. What is that? Attribute and values. So we will discuss extensively the use case and connectivity. This is year and this is the GDP value. Okay. So, but this is a number and this is the text. So these data types we will discuss extensively, but this is a number. So let's have a decimal number, because you see the decimals. You click on decimal number and still you might see some error. Now it's validating. Oh, you see these errors. So now first, before we do that, let's keep the errors. Keep the errors. You see, keep errors. Why they are error? Now you click on the error. So we are going for error handling, like how to debug for errors. You see there is a NA. NA is not a decimal number. It's a text. So that is the reason it's giving error. So you check everything and you simply remove errors. But what I'm trying to do is, let's remove this step. See, this is the applied step. We will discuss this later, little later. But I'm again going back to this data type. I'm not doing that at this point of the data type. And then I'll go for NA. So I'll just see where is NA. If not, I will search for N. You see this one. You untick this and click OK. Now then you can change this to a decimal value. Then that's how you can remove error. Or you can remove errors. There is an option called remove errors. Okay, you can simply remove, but before that you need to validate whether they are the valid errors or not. Okay, sometimes errors might not be valid because of our wrong step. It will give error. So we need to take care. I will let you know that how to be handle them. So most of the cases the errors come because of the data type. Data types are this. These are the data types. Okay. So we will discuss that later. But for now, what is the difference between before unpivot and after unpivot? So if you go there before unpivot step, if you just see the same data, so you will not lose any of the data. They will build the queries. Okay. So if you check this here, I'm going to show you one more transformation called count rows. Okay. I will finish it another 5 minutes. Okay. Then we can close this. There are 194 rows because 194 countries in the world. So each country has each row, but 5 years of data. So, but I'm deleting this step. This is an independent step. You can check at any point of time. You can count the rows, and then you come here, and then again you go back and check the count rows. This is called one kind of quality checks. Okay, whatever we do, are we doing with quality? Or you might have removed a lot of other columns which are really helpful. Now you see 768 records, which means 195 into 5. So something like that. Okay, so that is the reason you are here. Each country has 5 records. So then the 2021, 22, 23, 24. So each country has at least four columns. So that is the reason 194 into 4 is 766 and something like that. Okay, so data is not gone. It is just shifted into another form, row to columns, right? So that is the reason you got more record. I have not added anything, but because of the number of columns become rows, then that's how the data will get increased. So this is what I can give a name here, GDP data or table, whatever it is. You can give, and then still we are in Power BI desktop, Power Query only. Power BI desktop, nothing. It is smelling. Something is actually happening in Power BI. It will give a mail for me. Something like that. It is smelling. Okay. But now we will distribute this mail to that Power BI desktop using close and apply. Now your mail is ready. Go and enjoy. That's the meaning of close and apply. So now the data is pumping into Power BI desktop. Now what is actually happening? The data is delivering to Power BI desktop to create the visualization, to create the reports. Okay. So till then we are in the other tool. Now the data is loading into Power BI desktop. Now our game will start. So you mean to say the game is not started in Power Query? That is a different game, but this is the actual game. Okay, so here we will create the reports. Okay, I will create a sample report and then we will publish this into Power BI service. Okay. So meanwhile, I will introduce what is Power BI service. Okay. Once we ready the report, we need to share with end user. So you need to go to app.powerbi.com. This is the common for any company. You go for Infosys, you go for any other client in Infosys, if you go for TCS, you go for any other clients, the URL will be the same, app.powerbi.com. Okay, there is no change at all. It could be even Microsoft, the same thing, app.powerbi.com. Now it will actually ask you for login and password. Okay, so here I have already logged in, so that is the reason it might not ask for me at this point of time, but it will ask you for you to log in. And your login, your Gmail, this thing will not work. Okay, we will give you the company email address. So now onwards, you are the you got a job. You just think that you got a job and you are doing with a real time. You think that I am your manager. You think that I am your team lead, and you should get it reviewed with me. So that's what people are doing here. You see. You see the workspaces, right? So everybody, this is a great batch that I've ever taught. So a lot of people have created their own reports. You see, we do have a lot of workspaces. This looks like a real time. You see, what is this symbol? Is called premium. You see this diamond symbol. Diamond symbol will represent the premium. Okay, without diamond, it's a pro license. Okay, that's what I'm giving you a confidence that you will also create a workspace like this, and you will put a lot of reports out there. If you go this, you see a lot of reports out there. Okay, see a lot of reports. This is a different view actually. We will discuss about this view later, but that's how you create all these reports. Okay, so this is called Power BI service. So let me it might have loaded. Now you see the data is available. Now let's create this visuals. Okay, the basic visual is a table visual. Okay, we will discuss extensively on the visualization part that point of time later, but at this point of time, year, country, and then the GDP. Right, then what is the why you have done this? If you go for a table, right? So yeah, you're right, but the magic thing is you can create a map also. I'm not sure whether the map will work or not. If you give the country here, yes, it is working, but sometimes it won't work if you logged in already. Okay, and then the GDP will be on the bubble size. So you see the bubble size will change. Okay, so and not only that, you can also put that the filters like here into the slices. Okay, and we will discuss this extensively little later, but you can also put one more slicer here with slicer. Okay, now you could check anything. You see the map is what is this? Algeria and Armenia. If you want to check both of them, see, the greatest feature is that the visual will interact with other visual. Okay, this is not there in the SSRS, SQL Server Reporting Services, which is part of MSBI, but that has its own feature. We will talk that later. But for now, why we should go for Power BI? What is the biggest advancement is giving for the end user is called edit interaction. The visual will interact with other visual. You see, I have selected here, and let me erase out. And you see, I want to understand 2023 how the 2021 post COVID, okay, or the COVID during the time, how this, and you could change this to a bar chart or column chart. Let's see how this will looks like. because this data might not tell you the story. So because you have selected only 1 year, and this is year by country wise GDP. So legend is country, year is in the y-axis. Ideally it should be something like this. Okay, correct only. Let me change it to this, otherwise. This one. But still, because 2021, if you just remove this, you could see all of the other things. Yeah, and if you don't want to see all the countries, you can take top 5 countries also. Let's say I want to know top 5 countries. Okay, you can just give a top 5 here, top n. We will discuss this extensively. Okay, when you say top 5, based on what? Based on GDP. Let's bring this and apply. You see, these are the top countries: Colombia, Indonesia, Iran, Korea, Vietnam. These are the top GDP countries that is estimated till 2024 here. Okay, each color represents the legend of these countries. Okay, we will discuss this later, but if you click on this Argentina, still you will get it. So in the top 5 of the selection. So Argentina is not part of this top 5 countries, but still it will get, because you selected whatever you select in that, it will give you a top. Based on that, you could see that. Now you see those top 5 countries. Map changed, this map is changed, everything that you can. We will discuss this later. Okay, everything we will detailedly discuss. Now you think that you develop the report and then you need to publish this. I'm not going to publish because I need to sign in, but I'm saving this first. Okay, I am putting into one of our folder called July 2022 folder, and this is a first report, or you can give a IMF report. Okay, 01, and then I would like to publish. This is how I'm going to end the session here. I can publish into a my workspace for now at this point of time. Okay, and click here and upload this PBX file that I've done, or you can also use get data. So let me do this. So here let's go to a local file and let's go to August, not this one, first report, and this is one way to deploy. Okay, now you see your report here. Yes, this is not available because there will be a admin tenant settings that we need to do to get this map enabled. Now you could see this everything, right? So you could replace and then you could refresh so that you could see all 5 years data here. Okay, and that's the countries. So these are the 2 slices, one map on this, and you can create one more table also. Here also we can edit, but I'm not editing at this point of time, but you can simply edit it and you can also create it. Okay, and you could save this. Very simple. Click on reading view, ask to save, and it's saved. Now you see page 1, page 2, right? So how simple it is, right? So this is how you can do it. You can do it in Power BI service, also report development, but there's a lot of difference between developing a report in Power BI desktop versus Power BI service. Okay, we will also extensively discuss on that topic. Okay, so that you will be more confident on the subject. By then, I would like to say thank you for now for giving me this opportunity to explain you how Power BI works for you and for your career growth. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the Skype or in the WhatsApp. Okay, I will be there for you to answer. And please join from your Skype profile, not like a guest user. Okay, a lot of people, they are coming to understand our way of delivery and they are misusing it. Okay, I don't want to be that ignorance. I don't want to ignore that. So please, if you really committed, if you really interested, if you really passionate, okay, so then if you want to change your life in a next dimension, please follow my instructions Please create your Skype profile. Please create your Outlook email address and log in that using that Outlook email address. You can log into that Skype, and the same email address we can also use it in the resume. It will give you more professional. Outlook.com. So Outlook is actually an Outlook tool which will be like this. Okay, but this is a commercialized one and companies will use it. 99% companies will use Outlook, but their domain, let's say mahinder.infosys.com at the rate Infosys. Though you use Outlook, Outlook is a tool, but Outlook is also its own domain for Microsoft that will give you more eye catching on your resume. So you use that. That is where I'm trying to build this. So Microsoft has not given anything to me to use only Skype, but Skype has a callback. Sometimes you might work hard in other domain and you will get a call to wake up and then join the call from laptop. Okay, so that is the reason I've tested Zoom, I've tested Google Meet, I've tested any other tools, but I feel Skype is the best one out of all of them. Being said that, I would like to say sign off, and please share your numbers who joined as a guest and their name also. Type and ping to your WhatsApp numbers. Okay, so that we can share the recordings and everything. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for joining. I will share the recordings. Bye.
Tomorrow plus same time.